Hello, welcome back guys. It's that time again. It's 3-point review time. Today we're going to be discussing Manchester United versus Sunderland. A missed opportunity for United considering City lost to Spurs on Sunday. On to number one, Manchester United were tactically outclassed against Sunderland. Sam Allardyce once again getting the big victory over Louis van Gaal in the manager versus manager contest. Sunderland set up in a 4-5-1 to combat United's 4-2-3-1. This caused United a lot of pressure in their build-up. The two defensive midfielders were getting pressed high up the pitch from Lee Cattermole and Jack Rodwell later on. It just caused United a lot of errors. When we've seen teams that have pressed United high, their build-up has become very, very slow and a little bit too obvious. So United should have changed their formation there. They should have gone to a 3-5-2, which would have relieved the press. If you have three centre-backs in that position and a defensive midfielder, it means that if you get pressed by two centre-backs, you've got that numerical superiority. You've got those two spare men, which would have helped United in their build-up. The second little tactical point was committing fouls in wide areas. It was something that I mentioned in the preview before. Kazari, the Sunderland attacking midfielder, has a really good delivery from set pieces, and we saw that both of the sort of goals, one of them coming from a corner and one of them coming from a foul. United committing that foul inside 2 minutes. It was absolutely suicidal and cost United the game and momentum. On to number two, a lack of effect from substitutions from the bench. I'm not talking about the in-force change, Donald Love coming on for Mathieu Darmian through injury, a dislocated shoulder, which is not looking good for the next few weeks. But I'm talking about Will Keane and Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay's been a really interesting one this season. We've seen moments of brilliance in the Champions League, but overall in the Premier League, he's not been too great. Defensively, he switches off too much in this 4-2-3-1 system. You require a bit more from your left winger than you do in a 4-3-3, which he does suit a lot more. He played that when he was at PSV, that's his position that he played. But when he came on against Sunderland, I thought he had no effect on the game. And defensively, United broke up. They no longer made their two banks of four. It looked like a 4-2-4 again. This is the second week in a row that we've seen this, and it shifted the momentum of the game. It gave Sunderland the sort of the oomph, gave them the ball back, and they were really attacking well. Obviously, eventually scored a goal following a lot of good play. A bit of pressure that United, in a way, caused themselves through this tactical change / bringing Memphis Depay on him not working back. Also think Anthony Martial tired, probably should have been brought off a little bit earlier on, with the likes of Andres Pereira on the bench. Craziness why he's not coming on earlier on. Get him the game time, he deserves the minutes, he's a top class player. The second substitute as well, which didn't affect the game at all, was Will Keane coming on. Will Keane scored 5 goals for the under-21s on Tuesday night. The lad deserves more than 8 minutes. In a situation where United were 1-1, when Memphis Depay came on, they could have brought on Will Keane at the same time there, then switched momentum, gone on the offensive. They didn't do that, left the Will Keane substitution too late until United were back down 2-1, so they had to come on and score a goal to get a draw. But in this current situation where United need points and need wins, at 1-1, got to take that attacking change, got to go for it, and it just wasn't good enough from Louis van Gaal in terms of giving the lad game time. We see it this week in the Premier League. We've seen a number of big substitutions. Danny Welbeck scoring the winner for Arsenal, Eric Lamela coming on for Spurs and adding that attacking threat through the middle and getting a brilliant assist from Christian Eriksen. Louis van Gaal at the moment, his substitutions are not working and not affecting the game. On to number three. Let's finish off with the positive of the game. Anthony Martial had a fine game once again. I keep saying this week and week and week, but he tired a little bit in this game. It wasn't as good as he has been in previous weeks. So this is going to go to Borthwick Jackson 100%. Again, he's just showing great quality going forward. I really like his ability to cross, and again he showed a number of balls in the danger areas that probably should have been, Rooney could have gambled, or Juan Mata could have gambled, or one of the wide players could have gambled and got on the end of these balls. Defensively, I thought he was very, very sound again. And it's going to be interesting when Luke Shaw comes back how this is going to play out, because Borthwick Jackson for me has been, the player of the last few weeks. So if when Luke Shaw does come back, are they going to play a double pivot on that side? Two left backs on one side, both overlapping, both keeping the width, which could work quite well. Or is Borthwick Jackson going to keep his place and Luke Shaw going to fail to get back in the side? We'll have to see next week. But anyway, let's keep it positive. We've got a big Europa League game against Midtjylland on Thursday night. So we've got to hope that Louis van Gaal thinks a little bit more about this game, looks to hit them on the break. We've got to be very aware of their ability from set pieces. Again, they score hundreds and hundreds of goals from corners, from free kicks. They work on lovely routines, so let's be aware. Let's not give away needless fouls, and hopefully we are in the Europa League, because at the moment that is the only way that's looking like United are going to get back into the Champions League. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. What did you think of the game? Was it just Louis van Gaal's sort of tactical naivety and poor substitution that cost United the game, with any other bad performances? But Borthwick Jackson, was he your man of the match? Subscribe if you're the first time that you've sort of watched these videos. Till next time.
This is Manchester United's top 5 Partnerships. Now, I love a commercial seal, but we're not talking about that. It's not that kind of partnership.